Okay, hello guys, it's Serena Raquel. A few things really quick before I start. First of all, I know that I look terrible right now. You don't need to tell me, but this is a makeup video, so I'm going to be making myself look better, hopefully. I can't see myself in the webcam while I'm filming, so that just makes things worse, but I can see myself in a mirror back there, so that's good, I guess, but hopefully I look okay from your end. Second of all, I don't have like any of the makeup that James Charles owns, so this is just spur of the moment, gonna use the stuff I have and hopefully somehow this works. And I'm not a makeup guru at all, so it's probably not gonna be too great, but I just figured I would try just for shits and giggles. Alright, here we go.
As I always like to start off with my foundation first. I'm going to grab my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This one is in the shade Natural Beige, and
Okay, so
I'm going to tell you right now the shade.
A foundation that's darker than his skin, so let me grab one of those.
I'm going to grab my beauty sponge and mix that together on the back of my hand, and then just plop it right on there and blend it in.
So he's mixing the dark tan foundation with a strobe highlight, and then he's using a beauty blender to mix that and put it on his face. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes.
So I'm just going to grab a concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape as always, and apply this to the high.
Okay, now he's getting a lighter colored concealer. I didn't put on primer first. I hope that's not an issue. I didn't see him put on any, so I'm not gonna either. And I want to put it in the same exact places that he does. He's going under the eye and then like a triangular shape underneath. And then I see he has a bit on his forehead right here.
Of my face to cover up my under eye bags, and also just to add some more dimension. Just because I really.
And then he got it more on his nose, like on the sides of his nose. And then in between the lip and the nose. And then he got it on his chin. Okay.
Attention goes right down to the center and just really makes everything look super pretty.
And he's blending that with a beauty blender. And this was supposed to be like a darker tan makeup look, and after I put the concealer on, I blended it out way too much, and now I'm just really pale as usual. But you know, it happens.
I'm gonna dip my beauty blender into the regular powder and use this to set right underneath my eyeballs, just because I really need to set this in place.
Okay, so he's dipping a beauty blender into the powder and setting underneath his eyes.
Also just right on top of the nose bridge as well, right in the center
And
of
on
the
his
forehead.
nose.
Just to get those creases gone. To cover them, my Emma 415 brush. Just go
and dip into my Anastasia contouring kit and just dip into this middle cool tone shade right up in here.
He's contouring with a brush, kind of like this one. And I'm gonna try to put it in the same places that he is. So he got his cheeks, and he's trying to go for a heavier contour look. So I'm gonna just make it heavy. I have to sneeze. Okay, anyways. Cheeks. And then he's getting his forehead.
I do already normally tend to go a little bit harsh with the contour just because I really like the way my face looks when it's really chiseled out. But for today, I do actually want to go even a little bit harsher than normal, especially with the bronzer, because this is obviously a mermaid sun-kissed kind of type of look. And then next I'm gonna grab my M527 brush. This is just a beefy.
I'm not usually a huge contour person, so this probably looks pretty terrible. Like, it's like way too dark, considering that the rest of my face is really pale. But as I said, it happens. I'm not a makeup guru, so this isn't gonna look nearly as good as it does on James Charles.
Big bronzer brush and dip into this kind of more caramelly shade right next door to that one. And I'm gonna use this to blend together my contour and normal skin tones. I'm gonna save the blush and highlight for a little bit later on.
I'm gonna use, this could be a bad idea, but I'm gonna use a kind of pinky color to do what he just did. This is like a cooler tone makeup look that he's going for, and I'm using like very warm tones, so I'm not sure how this is gonna end up looking, but there's me for now.
I'm gonna do my brows quickly using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade medium brown, favorite pencil of all time.
I also don't have any really good brow products, so I'm just gonna like kind of do my own thing as far as the brows go. So what I usually do is I line underneath the brow. I'm using this CoverGirl brow thing that I've had like since before I was vegan, like I've had it forever. But if you guys know any cruelty-free brow products that I could use, please like comment those down below, because yeah, I want cruelty-free makeup after I finish this up. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take a brush. He's going for a dark brown eyebrow look, so I will do the same. I'm just going to take this brush with a dark brown eyeshadow to fill in the rest. He usually goes for thick brows, and so do I, so I'm just going to do that. A lot of people probably don't think that I do my brows like all on fleek or whatever, and I don't care, that's just how I do them, so yeah. I wish I could do them more fleeky, but I'm not a makeup guru. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with whatever's going on here.
And I am gonna do these a little bit more like fluffy and wispy than normal. I definitely don't want them to be like normal James Charles Instagram brow. I want a little bit more of like a underwater wet moment. Go right underneath that.
Okay, so he's getting some concealer now underneath his brows. So we shall do the same.
To clean it up, just to literally cover over the foundation. Then I'm just gonna pull that concealer right down onto the eyelid to prime for eyeshadow. So I'm first gonna start off with any fluffy brush. This is the M513, and just dip into a neon bright green shade. And I'm gonna pop this right in the inner corner right here. Just starting by tapping.
Okay, so he's doing a light green in the inner corner. So let's see, the closest shade I have to that is this one. Mine's more of like a mint green than a lime green, but that's okay.
And so it's super, super pigmented, and then I'm just going to lightly blend out those edges. To make sure those edges are blended out on an M433, I'm just gonna dip into a bright yellow shade and a tiny bit of that green as well.
Okay, we're gonna pause for a second so I can catch up. Yeah, this is the closest color I have to that. And I'll go on the other side too. It's not as pigmented as his is.
Just go right over that edge. That's too yellow. I'm just kidding. Going back into the green. On another M433, I'm gonna...
Okay, so he stuck a little bit of yellow in there. And all I have as far as yellow goes is like a gold. So I'm gonna stick some gold in there.
Light teal shade and place that right next door. Focusing this color right above my natural crease. With any excess, I'm just going to lightly...
The closest color I have to that teal would be this. I'm gonna go right here.
Blend this up. Going back into that green to make sure we didn't lose any of it. With the same exact brush on the teal, I'm going to dip into more of that teal shade, and I'm going to use this color to form that outer V.
Okay, so he's making a wing out of the teal. Like so. Okay.
Starting off by just kind of stamping that shade on there, and then of course going in after to blend it out. In my outer corner, I'm just going to take a little bit more of a fluffy packing brush and dip into a darker blue. I'm going to place this right in the outer V.
Now he's grabbing a dark blue.
And just pack it on there. And I'm just putting that shade right up.
And packing it in the corner right here. Okay, so now I'm caught up with him.
Sorry about that. Once the shadow is all blended out the way I liked it, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut my crease using a small concealer brush and some shape tape on the back of my hand. This is what I have so far.
So he's doing a cut crease with some concealer. So just gonna put that in here. Make like a very rounded shape. And then same on the other eye. And then it cuts off right where that dark blue starts, like right there. Okay.
I'm gonna grab a small packing brush, this is the M124, and just pack on a light teal shade. I mean, like, hello, right on the inner corner. Just packing that shade on there right on top of the concealer, being super...
And then a light teal on top of the concealer, lightly.
Careful not to get it over the line. It's okay if the shade doesn't perfectly touch that cut crease as well, because I am gonna be using a liquid liner in a few short minutes just to line out the crease. And then with that same exact brush, I'm just gonna dip into more of a metallic, like aqua shade, literally. Oops. I literally don't know how to do tutorials. And I'm just gonna place that right over that kind of line between
like
the light
blue.
teal and dark blue, just to blend them together. I'm just kind of patting it on there and then using a slight like back and forth rubbing motion to blend at the same time.
Okay, so my cut crease was a fail. But now I'm gonna try something else, like kind of like what he's doing. Okay.
So I think for the liner, I'm once
I
again gonna
can't
grab a
do
little bit
this. I
more
don't have
concealer
the tools
on the
for
back of my
this
hand
or the
and
skills
yet
for this.
another
So we're just
tiny
gonna
brush.
stick
This one
with
is the Morphe
what we have right
E19 and I'm
now.
going to cut the lid kind of like again, I guess, but like only in the liner area. Using a really tiny packer brush, I'm just gonna tap on that metallic teal shade from before.
Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Just kind of a silver in there. Sure. That works.
Lower lash line, making sure to connect it in from the outer.
And then he's kind of sticking like a darker blue underneath the eye. So we shall do that. And then he's kind of bringing it up into that wing.
V region. And then grabbing the deep blue shade on an M506 and just tucking that right up into the outer corner and buffing it up into the lash line as well. And then the tiniest little bit of green right in that.
I swear this looks so much better in my mirror than it does on my webcam, just because the lighting's terrible in here and my webcam camera is just kind of dark and I don't know. It looks a lot better in my mirror though. I wish I could be showing you guys that view.
And then for lashes, I'm gonna pop on a pair of Yas Queen from Lily Lashes. These are brand new and they are literally Miami's, except one side is low.
Okay, but anyone that knows me knows I have to have the winged liner. That's like my signature look, so I'm gonna add that into here really quick. Okay. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara just because my eyelashes are white right now from all this makeup. So I'm gonna add a little mascara before I put on the lashes. Okay. Now let me stick on these lashes. Also, it's a lot darker under his eye, so I'm gonna add a little bit more darkness under my eye with this dark blue eyeshadow. And then lashes. Okay, so I have those lashes on now. Just a random pair that I had by Ardell. It looks so cool in my mirror actually. It looks like my webcam is just like a lot darker than it looks in my mirror. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but I'm kind of happy with it. It doesn't look nearly as cool as his, but I'm pleased with it.
But let's move on to the rest of the face to finish up this mermaid look. So to put on my blush and highlight and like everything else today, I wanted to grab a pair of fishnet tights because that creates that whole like scale effect. And I forgot to buy them. So instead I have to use my very, very expensive Swarovski crystalled tights that I wore to DragCon. I'm very annoyed about this and I'm going to try not to ruin them.
So for this, the only fishnet tights that I have are black, but like, I mean, I can wash them, so I guess that's okay. So this, and then what is he going over it with?
I'm gonna need an M501 highlighter. That literally barely did anything.
A highlight? Is he using a highlight? Let's see.
You're kidding! You can see it, but like that is not a lot, but it's there. Okay, so the scales obviously did not work, but it's okay because we're gonna have scales on our neck later on. Life happens. But I do want to add something to my face. So I picked out these half little pearls that I want to stick on.
Let me just see if
kind of fun. Oh my god, doing things with nails is so hard.
Okay, I don't have any like jewels to glue on, but I can do like little white like spots, I guess, with some glitter maybe. That could work.
Okay, so that is pretty much the face all complete, I think. I'm going to add on the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Insomniac as a base. And then going to pop on a little bit of the MAC Reflex in the shade Teal right on the center. All right, you guys, so that it. Alright, sisters, I'm just gonna finish this off once again with a little bit of the MAC Fix Plus Gold Setting Spray. And that is pretty much this look all complete. So you could totally stop here, throw in a wig, some seashells, a cute little bra, and a...
And he put on a blue lipstick. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. I was just kind of adding on some like kind of like scale looking things to my face, but I don't know if it looks cool or not. But since I already started, I'm just gonna kind of go with it. That probably looks really bad. I'm just gonna blend it a little more. Alright. And then he never contoured his nose, but I'm like self-conscious about my nose, so I want to contour my nose really quick. So I'm gonna do that. And add some highlight to my nose, of course. I didn't see him do that on camera. Maybe he did and I just wasn't paying attention, but yeah. I want to contour my nose. So I'm kind of like taking his look and incorporating it with my daily look and like mixing those together. And kind of just making it my own. That's what I'm gonna tell myself because I'm not as good as at makeup as he is. And then I'm gonna add some highlight to the tip of my nose. And then I'm gonna add some to my cheeks. I'm gonna make my cheeks very glowy and mermaidy, and it's kind of like bringing out those scales that I made. Okay. And then for the lips, I don't have a blue lipstick, so I'm going to go over my lips with concealer. I was given this idea by the Savvy Cat, so hopefully this turns out decent. But I'm going to go over my lips with concealer. And just to make sure that that dries quicker, I'm going to like pat it down. And then I'm gonna go over them with chapstick. And then I'm going to put on blue. Hey, that actually looks okay. Huh. Interesting. I've never done anything like this before, like had eyeshadow on my lips, so it's very interesting to say the least. I'm mixing that same dark blue that I put in the inner corners of my eyes with a slightly lighter blue, because I'm trying to get the same color that he had going on. I can feel like powder getting in my mouth and it's really gross. It's the one downside to using eyeshadow as lipstick. And then he has some shine, so I'm gonna add some shine in the middle. And are we done? This is so interesting. Okay, I think we're done.
Mermaid tail and call it a day.
And this is my finished look, I suppose. Let me try and show you guys what it looks like from my angle, if I can. This is hard because this is a webcam, so I'm like trying to show you. But yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see, but this is how it turned out. And I'm happy with it. It's nowhere near James Charles's expertise, but it looks kind of cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me trying and kind of struggling to recreate a James Charles makeup tutorial. I have now become a sister, I suppose. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. Comment down below if you like this look and if you guys want me to try another look at some point, because this was definitely fun. Subscribe to this channel and to my channel. Links are down in the description. Hope you guys like my Lisa Frank shirt. Sorry, you just saw like my leg down here. But yeah, bye guys.